Hello and welcome to Untwisted Threads. This is Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool. This 100% wool yarn features 6 colors. The colorway that we chose is brown heather. This massive 227 gram skein with 425 meters or 465 yards works up as a worsted weight yarn. The suggested gauge on a US 9 or 5.5 millimeter needles is 16 stitches and 22 rows per 4 inches or 10 centimeters. For our swatch, I will be using a 4.5 millimeter needle size. In today's video, we're going to review and score Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool using our 5 categories, which are availability, softness, traction, durability, and cost, to help you decide if this is the best yarn for you in your next project. Stay tuned until the end for a few pattern recommendations as well. Would you like to see how all of our yarns compare to one another or enter to win our monthly giveaway? Join our free newsletter linked in the description box below. Let's get started. For availability, we give Fisherman's Wool a score of 3.5 out of 5. Founded in 1878, Lion Brand is US based from New Jersey. As far as this particular yarn goes, I'm more familiar with seeing it at Joann's rather than smaller yarn shops. In the United States, it's currently being sold at a few larger craft stores such as Joann's, Michael's, and even Amazon and Walmart. As reflected in its score, it just doesn't have a ton of international purchase options that we have seen other yarns have, aside from Lovecraft's and Wool Warehouse. For softness, we give it a score of 3 out of 5. This is the perfect example of what I think most non-fiber artists would think wool is like. Rustic, woolly, and scratchy. That's what I thought wool was like when I first started knitting. Boy, am I glad I was proven wrong, but that's a topic for another day. Unfortunately for my sensitive skin, this yarn was a little too rustic for my tolerance level. I could maybe make a small project with it, but it would just be slower going as I know I would need to take quite a few breaks. For comparison, it is softer than Isager Highland wool and not quite as soft as Isager tweed. I'd say it's pretty comparable to Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. For a micron count or softness scale rating, we'd give it around a 28 or even a 29, as we feel it's a little more rustic than your typical Peruvian Highland wool. When knitting, often I can tell right away how itchy a yarn is going to be. This one is drying and its rustic features were not in my sensitive skin's favor, but it did get a little bit softer after blocking, which was appreciated. When it comes to predicted fiber content, Peruvian Highland wool is a fiber that is light, soft, and easily absorbs moisture that will keep you nice and warm. It's also known for its breathability and will actively react to the changes in a body's temperature. For traction, we give it a score of 3.5 out of 5. This loose 4-ply yarn was splitty and drying. Combine that with its very rustic hand, it just wasn't an enjoyable experience for me with sensitive skin. On the needles, there wasn't too much drag, it was more so that it clung onto my skin than anything. I probably wouldn't use wooden needles with this one either, as it may slow you down too much. For durability, we give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. Although it doesn't say what type of wool it is, we imagine it's the very common Peruvian Highland wool. The qualities of Peruvian Highland wool allow this yarn to have more strength and make it hardier than, for example, a soft merino yarn. And because it's not superwash treated, you will need to hand wash your garment made with this yarn. The label does mention that this yarn is feltable, high heat, irritation, and moisture could cause your project to change in ways that you don't want it to. When it came to our stress test, there was some long fiber collection fabric to fabric and some pill balls when feeling it with my hands, but overall it wasn't super noticeable because of its naturally rustic look and the combination of this colorway. For cost, we give it a score of 4.2 out of 5. For being a 227 gram skein, you can expect to pay $13.99 US per skein, regular priced. That breaks down to 3 cents per yard, meaning a size medium sweater would cost approximately $42. Overall, we give Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool a score of 3.74 out of 5. I wanted to love this yarn. It comes in a massive skein, it's natural wool, but it was just way too rustic for me to be able to work with it again. But if you're looking for a traditional, rustic, woolly wool that's sold at most big craft stores here in the United States, this could be exactly what you're looking for. So we had a little look on Ravelry and wanted to share a few pattern recommendations with you, hopefully to inspire you if you're wanting to use this yarn for a project of your own. The first pattern is Caldwell by Stephen West. It comes in 5 sizes with finished bust measurements ranging from 39.5 to 55.5 inches with a recommended 2.5 inches of positive ease. It is worked flat from the bottom up in 3 separate panels for the back, lefts, and right fronts. The front panels feature a V neckline, honeycomb and cable stitches, buttons, buttonholes, and pockets. The back panel is striped, but it could very easily be knit in a solid color if desired. The next pattern is Modern Mocs by Bekah Knits. It comes in 5 sizes with finished shoe sizes ranging from a woman's 5 to a men's 12.5. These slippers feature a foldable cuff, seamless construction, and a double knit sole. It also includes a stylish and structured chain crochet border. The last pattern is the Moraine jacket by Eldridge. It comes in 5 sizes with finished bust measurements ranging from 38 to 52 inches with fronts overlapped and a recommended 4 inches of positive ease. It is worked back and forth flat from the bottom up, starting at the purl detailed ribbing. The center front ribbing is worked with the rest of the cardigan, so there's no need to pick up stitches later. It features a long hemline, textured stitch, cuffed sleeves, and a stand-up welted collar. Have you used Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool yarn before? What yarn would you like for us to do a review on next? We would love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's review, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.